Hello guys and welcome to our YouTube channel Scratch Learners. Today in this video we will discuss about the different types of addressing modes in 8085 microprocessor. So let's get started. We know that any instructions require some data to be operated on, right? And those data on which some specific operation is being performed is known as operand. We have discussed about different types of instructions in the last videos, right? We have discussed about data transfer, logical, arithmetic, branching, and stack IO and machine control instructions already. So the part of instruction on which some operation is going to be performed is known as operand, and that means if we have any instructions like move A, B, okay, so here the content of B is going to be transferred into the accumulator, right? So these two are the operands here, and this is the operation. That means we need to move from one register to another register. And what is addressing mode? The addressing modes are the ways of specifying data, that is operand, to be operated by an instructions. So as the name suggests, addressing modes are the specific ways by which an instruction can specify the data on which an operation is going to be performed. And there are 5 types of addressing modes in 8085 microprocessor: immediate addressing mode, register addressing mode, direct addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, and the last one is implied or implicit addressing mode. So let's discuss about all these 5 types of addressing modes in details. So the first one is immediate addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the 8-bit or 16-bit data specified in the instruction is the operand. So whatever data specified in the instruction is the operand in immediate addressing mode. That means the source operand on which some operation is going to be performed is always the data. And if the data is 8-bit, then the instruction will be of 2 bytes. And if the data is of 16-bit, then the instruction will be of 3 bytes. Let's understand this. Why so? Because when the data is of 8-bit, the first byte will always be occupied by the opcode. Okay, each instruction has a specific opcode. So the first byte will be occupied by the opcode and the second byte will be occupied by the data. And if the data is of 16-bit, then the first byte will be the opcode, the second byte and the third byte will be the 16-bit address. Okay, so just take this example, MVI B, 95 hex. Here it means that we need to move the data 95 hex into the B register immediately. This is the move immediate instruction. So before execution of this instruction, the B register contains any random data, and after its execution, the data 95 hex will be directly copied into the B register. And this data is of 8 bits, so the instruction will be of 2 bytes, right? The first will be the opcode, whatever is the opcode of MVI instruction will be written here, and the second byte will be the data, that is 95 hex. Then the next one is LXI H, C040 hex. So this instruction is load immediate. So this instruction will load the HL pair immediately with the operand C040 hex. That means this data is going to be copied into the HL register, right? So as there are 2 registers H and L and they are used in pairs, right? So the most significant 2 bits will be stored in the H register and the least significant 2 bits will be stored in the L register. And this is a 16-bit data. So this instruction LXI will be of 3 bytes. The first one will be the opcode of LXI, then the second and the third one will be this part. Okay, so we always write the LSB first. So the second byte will be occupied by 40 hex and the third byte will be occupied by the C0 hex. Now the next one is ADI instruction. Okay, ADI 06 hex. So this will add the data 06 hex immediately with the content of accumulator. So whatever the content of accumulator is, it will be added with the data 06 hex. And this is also a 2 byte data. So the first one will be the opcode and the second one will be the data 06 hex. The next one is the register addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the data to be operated on is available inside the register, and that register is provided with the instruction. So here we can see the registers are being available, and these registers contains the data on which some operation is going to be performed. This register addressing mode is basically used to copy the data from one register to another register. Just have an example, move B comma D. So it will copy the content of the register D into the register B. So let's say the D register contains the data 0f hex, and now after execution of this statement, the content of D register, that is the 0f hex, will now be copied into the B register. Okay, the next one is the add C. So the content of accumulator will be added with the content of register C. This is the work of this instruction add C. So here you can see the register contains the data itself. So it is register addressing mode. The next one is INRA. So this will increment the content of accumulator by 1. And all these instructions are of 1 bytes. Okay, there are no operands needed here, right? So this 1 byte will be occupied only by the opcode of these instructions. There are no operands required explicitly. Now the next one is the direct addressing mode. So in this mode, the data to be operated is available inside a memory location, and that memory location is directly specified as an operand. So this is quite easy. A memory location is being specified as an operand, and that memory location contains the data. You can see here we have instructions LDA C050 hex. So this will load the content of memory location into the accumulator A. So this is the memory location specified as an operand, and let's say this memory location contains some data, let's say C1 hex. Okay, this is the data being stored in C050 hex. So on execution of LDA C050 hex, the accumulator will now be containing the data C1 hex. Okay, so the content of the memory is directly being addressed into the accumulator. That's why it is direct addressing mode. Then the next one we have LHLD1200 hex. This is used to load the content of 16-bit memory location into the HL register pair. So here we have 16-bit address, right? So now on execution of LHLD, the H register will contain the higher order bits, that is 12 hex, and the L register will contain the lower order address bits, that is 00 hex. So in this way, this 16-bit data are directly being stored into some location. Then the next one we have the register indirect addressing mode. This was direct addressing mode, this is indirect addressing mode. So here the data to be operated is available inside a memory location, and that location is indirectly specified by a register pair. Here the memory location was directly specified, right? But in this case the memory location is indirectly specified by a register pair. So just see this example, move A comma A. That means it will move the content of memory location pointed by the HL pair into the accumulator. So just take this example, this is memory, okay, and here we are having address 2050 hex, and it is being pointed by the HL register pair. So this is the memory, right? So and this location 2050 hex contains the data 6E hex. So on execution of move A comma M, the content of the memory location 2050 hex will be transferred into the accumulator. So this location contains 6E hex, right? So on execution, the accumulator will be containing this data, that is 6E hex. So here you can see with the help of M, we need to go to that location, then we need to fetch that data, and then we are transferring that data into the accumulator. So this is indirect register transfer. In the same way, we have another instruction LDAXB, and this instruction will move the content of BC register into the accumulator. See, in register addressing modes, here the operand is always of 16 bits. So this B register is present in pair, and it is being paired with the register C. So the content of BC register will be transferred into the accumulator. Here also it is indirect. Why? Because Through this BC register pair, we need to go to some location, then we fetch the data, and then it will be transferred into accumulator. So this is register indirect addressing mode. Then the last one is implied or implicit addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the operand is hidden. That means the data to be operated is available in the instruction itself. So as the name suggests, the data is being provided implicitly, not explicitly. So the instruction itself contains the data on which the operation is going to be performed. So we can say that this addressing mode does not require any operand. For example, CMPM. This is used to compare the content of accumulator with the content of memory. Okay, and this is a 1 byte instruction. That means during execution of this instruction, it will occupy only a single byte of memory. So here you can see that the accumulator is not being provided explicitly here. It is already being provided with the instruction. So this is implicit addressing mode. In the same way, we have CMA. That means this instruction will complement the content of accumulator. Here also we don't need to provide the accumulator content in the operand field. It is being provided implicitly. Then the next one is RRC and RLC. These are the instruction to rotate the content of accumulator towards right without carry, and this is to rotate the content of accumulator towards left without carry. So in these two cases also, the content of accumulator is being provided implicitly. So these instructions are implied or implicit addressing modes. So this was all about the 5 types of addressing modes in 8085 microprocessor. I hope you enjoyed this video. So if so, please subscribe the channel to get more videos on these topics. See you in the next video. Thank you.